With the black kit, you will also get tinters. You'll get a white if you need to make it lighter, the red if you wanted to change the tones, and the blue if you need to make it darker. You also get your alcohol cleaner. That will enable you to wipe down the surface to remove any fingerprints and grease to enable the surface to be properly prepped, ready for taking the colour. The final stage, once all the colour has been applied, is you get a PU matte finish and a PU gloss finish. With this particular jacket, I would actually mix the two together so that you actually get a satin finish. So those two can be mixed together to obtain that. Right, the next stage is to actually wipe the surface down to make it perfectly clean, to remove all grease and grime and dirt, is to use the alcohol cleaner. And just apply a small amount of this onto a cloth. I'm just going to wipe this over the surface. This will actually prepare the leather ready for painting. As you can see, it is removing some further dirt and grime. Just need to gently wipe that over the surface, just to ensure that the paint is free of all contaminants, so that the leather colourant will actually take to the surface. That's that, all cleaned and prepped, now ready to take the leather colourant. That'll take just a few seconds to dry. With it being an alcohol based cleaner, that'll evaporate quite quickly. As you can clearly see, the leather is very faded in areas and quite badly scuffed. The little rip that was in here is almost disappeared. It's just virtually like a little sort of natural line in the leather, almost like a grain mark now. So that'll be totally invisible by the time we've finished and be unrecognisable to the naked eye. Now we're going to actually apply the colour to the leather jacket arm to bring that back to how it would have been originally. Just need to give the bottle a little bit of a shake. Nothing vigorous, because obviously it's a PU water based product, so what you don't want to do is actually to create a lot of air bubbles within the dye. We'll apply a small amount first of all, just to see how the colour is compared to the rest of the jacket, before we proceed to do the whole item. We're going to put this on by dabbing it on rather than wiping it on, because if you wipe it on, you're going to end up with a streaky finish. So you need to dab it on, which gives you a much more realistic finish, just like the leather is now. We can just dry that area very quickly with the hairdryer. So you're going to get a bit of noise from this. That'll dry in a few seconds. That'll then tell us whether the black colour that we've got here is actually correct for the leather jacket. It's actually a perfect match. So we don't actually need to use any of the tinters on this particular item. So we can now proceed to do the balance of the jacket. We'll continue to dab that on all over. Remembering to get right underneath the arm here and along the seams. By dabbing it on, you get a much more realistic finish than just wiping it on, because the last thing you want is to actually get streak marks in your finish. It needs to be realistic. That's the upper section all coloured. We'll now very quickly dry that. So again, you're going to get the noise from the hairdryer. That's now done. We'll now move the arm up to do the lower section and the cuff area here. Again, exactly the same principle. Putting it on and dabbing it on. There's more than sufficient dye here to do this arm. You could actually probably do the full arm both sides if you wanted to. Just need to get into the crease areas here. Again, dab that in both sides to ensure that that's taken.